We're back with Sasha, and let me just give you a little rundown on what kind of type haircut she's going to do. We're going to be doing low graduation. Now with the low graduation cut, and I do have a little chart here, sorry to cover your face up. That's you, Sasha. But with the low graduation, you have the holding angle is from 0 to 45 degrees, which is 0 at whatever area you want to start at the ear area, and it's graduated up to 45 degrees. So we have a traveling guide. Our cutting guide would be traveling from the point where you start up to 45 degrees. Then we have a stationary guide because we bring the top down to there, which creates a weight line in this area with the graduation right underneath that. And this is, and you can, however you want to do the front. Sometimes these bangs could be left that long. Sometimes we could, you know, adapt it to the person. I'm going to do a straight, pure, low graduation form. And all of the forms that I will be cutting, you can vary every single one of them to suit your model. It doesn't have to be exactly, but for the pure forms, once you know those, then you can be creative and adapt it to the person that you're working on. I'm showing you straight, pure forms. Now we used on Sasha's hair a 5RB. Now what has happened here underneath, you'll see when she's totally dry and cut, the front is a little deeper because her previous color, I deepened just the bang area. Then I washed the 5RB over the entire head, which just brought this still darker and a little lighter on the top. So as we wet, before I wet her down, I want to take and show you, we'll be going from short up to 45, which 0 is here. And we come up to 45 degrees, which will graduate her only in the lower perimeter, leaving her top the longest. So you can see that a little bit better while the hair is dry. This will be her shortest part, with shorter around the ear area, around this area, leaving her length on the top. Now, here's where we'll go. I'm going to wet her hair down, and I'll just section off slightly for her cut. And we will begin our low graduation cut. Now let me just show you, as we talked in the beginning about the planes of the head are so important, not only in cutting but in coloring also. So to find the plane of the Sasha's head, I will lay the comb right where the hair begins to grow, not where her hair is hanging, but right where it begins to grow. Now if I lay that comb flat, that would tell me that area, no, look straight in, Sasha, that's the flat area. Where the comb leaves the head is where the head begins to round. Then I come back up, that's the flat area, that's the round, and that's the flat. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little of the All Nutrient Straight, let me just show you this, the All Nutrient Straight, and work through her hair before I start her haircut. And this will really, by the time I finish her haircut and I get to blow it dry, the product is already worked in there. So just working that in. By working that All Nutrient Straight through there, it helps me have a lot of control over the haircut too, especially with her short hair. Now, I'm going to lay the comb flat on the head. You see where the comb leaves the head? I believe we can see that. If I get out of the way, we can. This is where the head begins to round. I'm going to incorporate that area right in with my sectioning, and I just call that my little safety zone. So I don't take this too short and end up with a flat head. You don't want a flat head, do you? No. Okay, so that's all very important. Now, because Sasha already has short hair and I'm going to be taking it shorter here, I'm opting to do this cut just scissor over comb. If I did not do it scissor over comb, then I would comb down and I would cut my first piece, but I'm going to do it just scissor over comb because here is the distinguishing facts about a low graduation. It's 0 to 45, which gives us the shorter part of your hair is graduated technically on the flat of the head. I'm just simply opting to do it scissor over comb because her hair is already short. Now by lifting up and cutting, I automatically cut and graduated the hair from here to here. Now I'm going to come back because I want a little clearer line here, but just elevating slightly, and then I'll come back and we'll just cut right at 0 on the skin, even though I'm not going to cut it in real severe line. There will be a line there, but it is softer. And I'm staying with a natural neckline on her. And the way we do that is just lift it. I can continue to lift and cut till I get that exactly the length that I want, and having it as soft. Nothing tells me I have to go in and make it blunt. We don't have to do that. Now basically that area of her head is cut. I have that totally graduated, and I'll turn her around so that we can see from the back how bulky this is as compared to this side. Now I'll start right over on the left side, and we'll just repeat the same thing. I'm going in, let's turn her just a little more. I'm going in and just lifting. By lifting that somewhat, it leaves me softness at the bottom. Just lift that hair up. I'm cutting it by cutting it a little higher, which if we looked at it from the side, we would see that it's shorter and in this angle from 0 up to 45. Now, I'm going to cut a line here. Let's just get in close there, Craig, and just cut a line, but I'm piecing it. I just want to keep this very, if you want to go in and cut a straight line, you certainly can. This is just how I'm opting to do this. I want to just have a little soft, because we can make a line soft as easy as we can blunt. And it depends on the model. Some models I might go in and cut that straight across. Now let's come back and finish the back. Lift and check, just doing scissor over comb till I get the exact length I want. And already you can see how with Sasha's nice square face, already removing some of that hair through there really looks good. Now let's take the top and we'll comb right down over the underneath, and we'll just go piece by piece until we have this haircut finished. Now I'm retaining that front, so I'm going to just simply comb it down and just take piece by piece and cut on an angle, a diagonal, which will absolutely soften the little weight line as we go around. I'm not doing anything horizontal. I'm going across the head form into little diagonal sections until the hair falls right over the underneath. And you see you have all of that little weight line already building there. Let's take her around just a little more. And with this haircut, as well as every one of the pure forms I will do, we dry it and then we check the results. See where we want to add any texture and so forth. Now you see already, you can see how that's totally building up there. There wasn't much I needed to take off the top. As a matter of fact, there wasn't a lot off the bottom, but it will make a major difference. It's where we take the hair. You see, I'm leaving her length there. I'm taking the part right above what I already cut. And I have worked right around to the middle section. And you can see, if we look at it from the back, you can see how my weight is built up. Now let's take her back over. Let's do the other side. And I'm opting to leave Sasha's bangs longer, not shorter. So I'm leaving all that length. I'll just comb it down, just do a little cut on a diagonal exactly like we did the other side. So we're working right through. You can do a straight line or you can do a little pointing like I'm doing. Either way, the angle that you're cutting is what is important. Once you learn this most universal cutting system, you'll be even more creative and faster at it. You can make more predictable analysis of the hair as to what you want. It's the finished result. You can do it quickly. You can adapt it to the person you're working on. You'll know which cut fits the face better, and lots of other benefits. Now just completing this little low graduation cut, and you can see that from the side. You can see how nicely that builds up. Now let's go in and just tweak this slightly. I'm not going to do a straight line, you can see. Now that's a very, very nice cut on her face for her face shape. It'll be very versatile also. It'll be very easy. She's got a nice form there. Her color's going to go in really well. You'll really see it when it's dry and we finish it. What a beautiful shine and a high gloss her hair has on it. And that's our low graduation haircut. That's our form number 2. And we're back with Sasha with her finished cut. We've dried her and barely flat ironed it. I really didn't have to do very much to her after. I didn't even have to do enough to even show you on camera. But I'll turn her around and show you the cut before I add a little pomade to it. Nice and graduated on the underneath from 0 up to 45. Then you have not a heavy weight line, but a simulated weight line there. This is the longer. This has the weight around the edges. This is our low graduation. Almost a solid line here with the graduation underneath. Wonderful when you've got this wonderful square face, nice lips, pretty eyes. This is a great haircut. Almost no care, just shampoo and dry. Totally one length 2, 0 to 45 on the flat of the head. The top comes down, makes a nice full one length on the top. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of the All Nutrient Define, and let me show you what this does. Now let me tell you about her hair color. The formula that we did, we had her hair color, and I'm always experimenting with Sasha. We have 5RB washed over the entire head. Now if you were to look close, let's look close under here, Craig. I had previously done her hair color pretty dark here with the dark tobacco and lighter here, so I just left that because when I wash the 5RB over the top, we have a little bit of that dark tweaking through there, and it really makes it very pretty. But adding just a little bit of the Define, you see, you can go through, you can pick up those pieces. You can make this really, if you wanted to, you could flat iron it even more. You could stand this up. You can do a lot of different things with this. I opted to dry her close, not so full, so you could see this form and you can see what it should look like. And just putting a little more of that Define, and I'm working it through. Now I'll take my comb and let's comb it through so it's distributed. But you can see how nice and what a shine that the color imparts to the hair. And it's miraculous to see the color put on and see the after and see how the hair is just much healthier. And when you see we put the before of Sasha up, you will see what a difference in her hair. And we've chosen this 5RB, which is very good with her skin tones. So there's our little low graduation cut, all finished with the All Nutrient color.